Hi there, I'm certified financial planner Wes Caprill, and this is Wealth Wise Women, the show that's rewriting the narrative that personal finance and investing are just for men and just for insiders. Because whether or not the rest of my industry realizes it, the future of wealth in the United States is female, and I aim to foster that future one episode at a time. So join me as I attempt to add humor and entertainment to the otherwise snooze fest that is personal finance, addressing along the way various topics from the lens of how they affect women in particular. And if you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to our channel and our newsletter, the link to which you can find in the episode details. That being said, let's get to this week's episode. Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Wealth Wise Women podcast. This week, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of talking about current events or a personal finance related topic, I instead want to do some shameless, selfish plugging and tell you about the financial empowerment kit for women that we just created and have started promoting, because it is loaded with a lot of great material to help empower women along your financial journey. And I want as many people to know about it as possible. And if you want to learn more and listen more to this episode at length, I encourage you to find it on Apple Podcasts, the link of which is below. This is a free physical kit that we have loaded with numerous materials. There are currently two versions of the kit, one of which contains the book Suddenly Single, A Widow's Guide to a Secure Retirement, and the other version contains Suddenly Single, A Divorced Woman's Guide to a Secure Financial Future. Now, I realize that these titles are only applicable to, or might sound only applicable to, widows and divorcees. If you're someone who has perhaps never married or you are currently married, you may think that these titles aren't applicable to you, but I do want to make a couple points. Firstly, a lot of the material that we discuss in the books is applicable to all women, regardless of marital status. And then on top of that, not to sound, I guess the word would be macabre, but 80% of women do die single. That's because, ladies, you live longer than men. I may want to encourage you, if you are married, still get your hands on Suddenly Single, A Widow's Guide to a Secure Retirement. I will say, though, if your husband does see the book, you may want to explain. You don't wish ill harm or ill health to them, but it is simply just a good title for you to have, and there's a lot of great material in here for you to help build your financial future. And then the other piece that is included in the kit is the very first version of the Wealth Wise Woman letter, Why Every Woman Needs a Customized Financial Strategy. Now, whether or not you request a copy of the kit, I still want to leave you with a piece that's in this letter, questions you should ask a prospective financial advisor before hiring them. Now, obviously, it'd be great, if you want to work with us, please ask me these questions because I'd love to provide my answers to them. But whether or not you work with us, I think it's very important that you be armed with these 9 questions for any advisor that you may wish to work with, because I think they are great for helping you determine if they are a good fit for you. So the first question that you should ask any prospective advisor is, what services do you provide? I think it's very important that you ask this question because, in my opinion, the bar for calling oneself a financial advisor is very low. Anybody from a fully holistic certified financial planner to just someone who sells life insurance can call themselves a financial advisor. So I think it's very important that you find somebody who is truly holistic and has a very large service offering and can really give you the full breadth of investment management, insurance, financial planning, tax planning, etc. That is very important when it comes to finding a financial advisor. What are some ways you adapt your process to working with women versus men? As I say in the letter, an advisor who excels at working with women will be able to articulate how they adjust their process and approach to working with women compared to men. It's very important that an advisor who is working with women doesn't work with them the same way that they do with men because of the very specific differences in financial needs that women have versus men. Can you tell me about some of the experiences of your female clients? An advisor who has a good track record of working with women should be able to very easily tell you some good success stories. If they can't, that might be a red flag for you. And then the last question would be, how are you compensated? I think it's important an advisor is able to clearly and concisely explain to every prospect and client how they're compensated for their services. There are many different ways that an advisor can be compensated, so I think it's important that you understand how your advisor is compensated. Now, how do you get your own copy of this kit? As of right now, we are only advertising this kit in the Cincinnati area. However, because anybody in the world, frankly, could be watching this podcast, but around the country, probably more specifically, I want you to be able to get your hands on a physical kit if you so would like to. In order to do that, all you have to do is go to moneyandclarity.com, scroll down a little bit on our homepage, and you will see links to request a copy of either version of the kit. All you have to do is click one of those links, enter your name, email, and mailing address, and I will get it out to you as soon as possible. That's the only way for anybody outside of the Cincinnati area to get their hands on a physical copy of our financial empowerment kit. And lastly, if you want to meet with me or you have anything that you would like to discuss, drop me a note, wescaprill@moneyandclarity.com, or go to visitwithmc.com to book a time on my calendar. That being said, I hope you didn't mind this shameless, selfish plug, if you will. Even if you don't want a copy of the Financial Empowerment Kit, I hope you find the 9 questions that you should ask a prospective financial advisor helpful. And that being said, I encourage you to get your hands on a copy of the Financial Empowerment Kit because, again, it is absolutely free. We cover the shipping, all of that. So go to moneyandclarity.com, scroll down on the main page, select the version that you would like, enter your name, email address, and shipping address, and we'll get it out to you as soon as possible. That being said, thank you, and I'll see you next week.